Hey there, today we are taking a look at Bloomfield's model home here in Sonoma Verde. This is the Magnolia II. Let me show you around. And of course, I pick another rainy day to look at houses. But here is the entrance. All right, and as you walk in, you've got your dining room here. And then we've got a study behind. And then a bath here, guest bath. And I love the long entryways. And then this is kind of a must-have now, this catch area, drop zone, whatever you want to call it. And then this will be your washer and dryer area, but to have space for all of that. And then this is a sales office right now, but imagine that's your garage. And then bringing your groceries in. I love having the kitchen so close. And then you can walk in and you've got your fridge. And then of course you have to have the walk-in pantry. Non-negotiable on that. And then I like the built-in oven with the separate cooktop. Nice big island. And this is actually a sizable breakfast area. So if you wanted to have this be your main dining area and then use the front dining area for something else, you absolutely could, because you have plenty of space here for even a slightly bigger table. And then this open floor plan works so well coming into the living room. You got good tall ceilings here. And then plenty of space for good sized furniture. It's not crammed in, which I like. And then right off this, you have the master. And of course, it's always fun to look at these and see how they've done the furniture. Now, one thing I will note, and it's going to be hard to hear in the video, so the model home is off the main street for coming into the neighborhood, so it has more traffic. And by the way, yes, hey, in the mirror. There are lots of mirrors in this house, so you're going to see me a lot with this tour. But this is a big walk-in closet. But what I was talking about is this model home is kind of on like the main street of getting into the neighborhood for Sonoma Verde. So it's going to be one of the more highly trafficked streets. It is so quiet in this house, which I really like. And let's see, here's the commode. Yeah, so, but the amount of just quietness, which I guess that's kind of a contradiction, but the lack of noise in here is very impressive to be so close to the busiest street of the neighborhood, frankly. So that is a testament to their insulation and kind of the quality of materials. You know, the windows, to have this many windows, obviously they're using really good quality windows. Now, this is the model home row for the neighborhood. So these lots are super, super big compared to what you get in the neighborhood, but they've moved to the fence line to give you a sense of what your backyard would actually look like. So imagine, if you will, that it stops right there, and then kind of where the fence ends, that's going to roughly be about the edge of your yard. So that would be like a normal side yard. But this, with this floor plan, having this additional feature of bumping out this patio, this is really nice. And you have tons of space for, you know, fire pit, lots of chairs, and even a table over here if you wanted to sit outside and eat. So that's really nice. Here's another look at the kitchen. As you go upstairs with this particular floor plan, you get this great landing here with lots of space, kind of a game room, But then in addition to that, you've got this media room. And this is multi-stepped, or multi-layered or tiered. Again, very quiet. And this room, I mean, like this room faces that main street and it's quiet. It's really nice. So in this house has 4 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms, and it also has a 2.5 car garage with this floor plan. Now this is something interesting to Bloomfield. This is the design center. So here you can see they have all of these things to select from. Brick options, carpet options, flooring options, tile, I mean, you name it, it's all here. Countertop options. And this is really nice for a couple of reasons. One, sometimes when you're building, like especially in the suburbs, you have to go like an hour, hour and a half away to the builder's design center. You have to book that time. It's a very strict window. And you have to kind of have all your selections lined up, kind of going in knowing what you want, because you don't get just the flexibility of just meandering around and deciding on what you want to look for. But with Bloomfield, they have the design center on site. So you can take your time, make your selections, come back if you need to. You don't have to schedule a special appointment. I mean, they want to know when you're going to show up, but it's not like you have to wait for a designer to be available. So it's really nice that they have that here, that you can do that more at your leisure and not have to drive forever away to go make your design selections. So here's another bathroom. And this one's an ensuite. I love the built-ins here. That's fun. So we have the 3 bedrooms up here, but again, one of them was the design studio. And then this is again another look up here. All right, now let's go back downstairs and talk about building with Bloomfield. Okay, so when it comes to building with Bloomfield Homes here in Sonoma Verde, and really across the Metroplex, there's a few things that I want to make sure to point out to you guys. And the first thing is that Bloomfield is really known for having experienced staff. So whether that be the sales staff or the builders, like the people working for them have a lot of experience. They're not just like bringing in the rookies and that's where they're, getting their feet wet. Is they want to make sure that the people that are doing the work and that you're getting FaceTime with know what they're doing and do a good job. One of the things about Bloomfield is that they are very option heavy. So what I mean by that is if you are buying a Bloomfield home to build, you have a lot of options, and you saw the design selection room. So there's a lot of design selections you can make. They have a lot of floor plans. Do you want 1 bedroom on the first floor or do you want 3 bedrooms on the first floor? So they just have a lot of different things that you can choose from. So it's nice if you are someone that really wants to do as much customization you can from a production builder. This is a really good option for you. Now here in Sonoma Verde, Bloomfield Home has 60-foot wide lots and 65-foot wide lots to build from. And their spec home inventory starts at $489,000 and goes up to $618,000 and a little over that. Now, if you want to build, the new builds start at $402,990, and that's on the base plan. And then they go all the way up to $567,990 on the base plan. And as far as putting selections into the home, now again, this is an incentive and those can change week to week, month to month. So I am recording this video at the beginning of May in 2026. So depending on when you are watching this video, these incentives could be completely different. But right now, if you walked in today and you mentioned that you saw the incentives on this video, so they are offering if you're going to build, a $40,000 design center incentive, which is huge and would probably cover the cost of any of the selections that you would want to put into the house, which is really nice. nice that you could have that, build the house that you want, put the counters in you want, the cabinets in you want, and have that all covered by the builder. And then also an additional $20,000 in lending incentives. And one of the nice things about the lenders with Bloomfield is it's not just because, with any of the builders, they're going to say, hey, for our incentives to apply, we want you to go with our preferred lender. Bloomfield has more than one to choose from, and they have multiple. So you can compare rates, see what programs they're offering. Does one have a rate buy down program you want more than the other that's going to, give other incentives? So you can compare options and you're not just limited to one. And then also, if you're going to buy a spec home, one of those spec homes that I said that they have available ranging from the 489 up to 618, they can do a fixed 4.99% interest rate, and that's fixed, which is a very big deal right now because rates are about 6.5%. So getting that down to 4.99% is pretty impressive. And then also, again, with the mention of this video that you saw this video on the Living in Rockwall channel, you can tell Jesse here at Bloomfield that you saw this video, and he can also work with you and get you another $10,000 in closing costs on spec homes right now. So that's what it would look like if you were to buy spec or build. They have a very large range of floor plan sizes going from 1,800 to 4,400 square feet. And yes, all important question, is there a 3-car garage option? Yes, they do have that, which is nice. And of course, you can build and customize. So I don't know if you notice, I keep looking down. I've got my little cheat sheet of talking points that I want to make sure I hit on everything so that when you guys are watching all these videos I have about the different builders, I'm talking about the same things for each builder so you can compare. Hey, is this more important? Do we like that here at Bloomfield, we're going to get all these flexible options? We've got all these floor plans and sizes to choose from. I want to make sure to talk about all the things with each builder. And then the build time here for Bloomfield is going to be about 7 to 9 months. The home warranty with Bloomfield is going to be 1 year on your materials and workmanship, 2 years on your mechanical. So that's going to be like plumbing, electrical, HVAC, all that good stuff. And then 6 years on your structural. And one of the things that they do that I do want to make sure to point out is they do the drip line irrigation around the entire structure of the home. And that is very important if you have been watching any of these videos about buying a home in Texas, especially if you're not from Texas. Taking care of the foundation is a very big deal here. We have clay soil, which means it expands with a lot of water, which we get a lot of in the spring. Like right now, it's raining outside and it's like 60 degrees in May, which is nuts. It was like 90 degrees yesterday. So, they put that drip line around the house so that you can make sure to have that going and maintain the moisture around your home. So that really limits a lot of the movement that will cause those foundation issues. So really nice thing to have here. And then also with Bloomfield Homes, they have smart homes. So you get the keyless entry, the smart home hub. So you connect things as you build your system out, but then they also have smart light switches and of course, the thermostats as well. So, and a few things as we walked around this home. So this is the Magnolia II. That's this model. And it is a popular floor plan. You can see that it's got a lot of good options in it. This as built is 3,435 square feet. And again, it's 4-bed, 3.5 bath, and it's got that 2.5-car garage. And for spec inventory, just to give you a sense of what that pricing looks like, because I said earlier that you've got prices range from $489 up to $618. Well, the property that's at $489,031 right now is 2,521 square feet, and that's a 4-bed, 3-bath home. And then they have a 4,233 square foot home, and that's a 5-bedroom home with an in-law suite, 4.5 bathrooms, and again, that's at $618. So big range here, lots of big options that you could get. But I think that's it. That's all I have for this video about Bloomfield Homes in Sonoma Verde. For more information on this builder or any of the other builders in Sonoma Verde, go to livinginrockwall.com/Sonoma Verde. And keep looking around this channel. Watch the other videos we have about living in Sonoma Verde in Rockwall County. And we've got more videos coming out about the schools, about the neighborhood, and the other builders here. Check them out, and I'll see you in the next one.